We are here at the Port of Everett in Washington State, and we are getting a lot of work done on our boat. From stabilizers, heat exchangers, new water maker, new fridge, and more. It is a very busy boatyard this time of year, and here is a sneak peek of the work that is being done on the Elli-Yacht.
In 2019, we sold everything to realize our dream of living, working, and cruising full-time on our boat. I'm John, this is Carlin, and this is our home, the Elli-Yacht.
We're gonna stick it up there and we're gonna do a quick little
arc. Yeah.
See what that looks like.
See what it looks like.
I'm gonna stick this up there and I'll measure it and everything. Okay. Make sure we're not gonna be too big. So I'd much rather
work the hole open than
First step was testing out to make sure they had it in the right spot. If not, they could adjust it and move it accordingly.
That's how thick your bottom is.
Wow, that's pretty damn thick.
I wasn't expecting it to actually be that thick.
Yep. Hole number 1 in the hull of our boat. So this side is being a little bit more difficult because they can't get it up all the way because it's kind of hitting the shelf where the washer goes, and they need to get it up higher in order to cut out that hole, so which is 11 inches and 5/16. That's a pretty big hole. So we'll see how they manage this one.
I took the measurement of I added the thickness of the hole. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah.
Kyle's all over it.
Yeah, he is. Always is. 5.5. Just cut 6.
Second hole is out. Now we have 2 holes in the hull of our boat. Like John says, it's progress. This is what our engine room looks like. All protected. We have hole number 2 all drilled out. So that is step 1 in the process of getting the fins installed. And it's already been delayed because the fins didn't show up on time. Not that there's drama, but this is our life and we choose it, and we're just stuck in a hotel until this is done. John is checking out where the actuators are gonna go, and they are about to be ready to be installed.
Today's the day. We've prepped the hole, we've done the build up, they're just doing the last of the cleanup. So it's time for our actuators to go in. A couple things about this. So they have this great guide that fits right in the main bolt holes. So as we start the first drill through, we know that they'll be absolutely perfect. We're not gonna try to eye it. This will help us do that first start as we drill through the hole. Once we drill through the hole, we will drop these bolts. Think of this will be on the underside of the hole. These bolts will come up through those holes, and then we have nuts that'll sit on those that we will tighten up. Now, to ensure that we have the correct height and we have consistency of the fin, because if you think about it, this fin needs to be able to be absolutely flushy. We don't want it hanging out too far with this actuator hanging out, because it could get damaged, and we obviously can't have it in any further because, well, it would jam. So having the spec absolutely perfect, which is a depth of 62 millimeters from the surface of the bottom of the hole, and it has a positive variance of 2 millimeters, so not much. These bolts right here are the leveling screws. So we will put these in, they're just M8s, and we will crank these down to level out the actuator so that we have the perfect tolerance. My only beef, I would say, of these particular actuators that I see is if you come here, you'll notice that the control and power receptacles line up directly on one of the main holes and with this leveling bolt. You have to unscrew these. You can rotate it just a bit, be able to get the holes all lined up, and then rotate it back and screw. But that's a silly design. There's more than enough room to be able to have these actuator cables, this open field. To me, it's a miss. And I've looked at other actuators online that Waveless have, and they seem to be centered. I don't know what happened in the manufacturing of these two that took place. We'll work around it. I'm not super worried. I am a little concerned that when I look at the depth of these and the 62 millimeter depth, we're running pretty tight, that we could have interference with one of these and this particular one. If that's the case, we're going to have to cut this off. Not super happy about that, but that will be our workaround.
But I'll leave it to you young guys.
How heavy is it?
I'm not sure.
I told her I thought it was a
Pounds at least.
Don't smash your fingers. I can help take some of that weight, right? To be flush with this trim ring. And you can see in the back, for the most part it is. The front will pull up just a couple of mil. It'll be really close. We set these in, and we use the leveling screws to get the bottom of the actuator level with the hull.
Yeah.
And when we did that, the gap on the inside between the actuator and the hull was about 3/16 of an inch. And that's a little more than we wanted to just let the adhesive fill that gap. So tonight we're gonna pull these out, and they're gonna put a couple more layups of fiberglass in to fill that with a solid base. And so they'll probably be glued in tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's an extra step, but you know, we thought about it and just, we got to do it the right way.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are staying at Hotel Indigo, which is conveniently located right across from the boatyard. After a long day, it was time to sit back and relax and enjoy a drink at the Jetty Bar and Grill at the hotel.
Hey, we're good? Thank you so much. Thanks, man. It's awesome.
Are you happy?
Is he happy?
Now it's time for bed, and it's kind of like Groundhog's Day every day around here. So this is what our boat looks like right now. It's kind of a disaster, but that's part of progress. I remember when I was doing staging, you gotta kind of tear things apart before it looks better. And when you're reorganizing, our new heating system in the corner there that has been taken out. We get the new ones in, running a lot of wires. It's part of it. We've got the helm torn apart to run wires. Even the steering wheel's gone. And then let's see what we have going on down here. Piled everything into our master, because where else are you gonna put it? Because up in the VIP, they've been working on the wingless. So we are also having the windlass redone. It was leaking and John decided to have it pulled out. We dried it out and packed it and let all of the fiberglass set up. So that'll be going back in, but that's not a priority right now. Number one priority is getting the fins installed so we can get dropped in the water. We've been into this for 2 weeks. And I think we have another 8 days to go, but I don't know. It's hard to say. It might be longer. Dan is working on the new water maker, so that is so far going well. He had clearance of like 1/8 of an inch, which is totally fine. And then we will get the new refrigerator installed as well, but there's a lot of work to be done. I feel like we need 2 or 3 more people working on this boat to get it done in time. Guess what? We found 2 more people, John and Carlin. Actually, John was very particular about where he wanted to put the display for the fins, because on the helm in the pilot house, it's very crowded. So we kind of had to move things around a bit to figure out where things were going to go. It all worked out fine. Up on the bridge, it was a little bit easier because we have more space up there to put the fin display, and that was kind of easy peasy, but there you go. Hole is done.
We've been on a absolute march. People have been showing up on the weekends to be able to get the hole prepped and get the actuators ready to drop in. Tomorrow those should be in, and we are targeting having the sea trial. The tech will fly in from CMC from Florida on Monday the 28th, but we just got a call and said after a month of setting the schedule for us that it's going to be a week later that they're going to fly out. So we've communicated that that's not going to work on our schedule because we burned up all of our contingency, and we have places we need to have the boat and pick up tenders and those types of things. So, you know, should be an adventurous day to find out how all of that goes.
What are you working on, baby?
I am trying to drive myself crazy. So our wire runs are so tight on the boat that we have to run our Cat 6 for all of the displays that are going in without the heads on them, because there's just not enough room to pull them through our wire poles anymore. I'm pretty full. So that means I have to manually terminate these at the end, and it's a nightmare. So I got one done, knock on something, but when I get to my middle blue wire, it likes to jump over and skip, and then I don't have enough room for the rest of them. So I'm fighting this right now.
But your lucky feather was trying to help.
Right. Thank God for Patagonia to give us lucky feathers.
This is our master stateroom, and down here, I'll show you, Dan has been working on putting all the insulation in, and then right here is our new heat exchanger that's going to go in. So it should be much, much quieter, because right now it is so loud. Sometimes it wakes me up at night. So hopefully this will do the trick. And then we've got someone else working on the one in the salon, because same thing, it's loud, but it's all insulated, and we got the new one coming in right now. Here's the heat exchanger in the salon. It's all insulated, it's in. We're just working on getting it all installed. Good job, Dan. The old refrigerator is coming out and the new one is going in. I don't have to worry about defrosting the refrigerator or freezer anymore, and the food will always be kept nice and cold. Ta-da!
Better be the one we ordered.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Drawer freezer, refrigerator on top.
Looks right.
Okay.
And you got the buttons on top.
Yeah.
Tells you what, I think what the temperature is, right? Actually, this one was not the one that we ordered, but what are you gonna do? We'll take it. I'm looking forward to a new refrigerator. And this one is auto defrost, which we didn't order, but we got, so yay! I don't have to defrost the refrigerator anymore. I'm looking forward to that.